Well, one of the safest places on Earth,
Okay.
with maximum gun control
What?
and policies to keep people safe,
All right.
is being invaded
What?
by Orange Man Bad.
Son of a bitch.
I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this, we go to Chicago,
Wow.
where shootings are in the double digits,
You're kidding.
crime's out of control,
Hold up.
but according to the mayor, everything's fine
Wait a minute.
as the city burns down. And that's what's next. What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today. I just don't know how to put it into words, but I'm going to give it my best shot. You have so many safe cities in these United States. You know, Baltimore, Los Angeles, New York, Miami, Atlanta, and of course, Chicago, one of the safest places on earth. You can let your kids run around, you can leave your doors wide open, crime doesn't infest the streets, and people are generally happy, according to the mayor. So he's wondering why, he's scratching his head, why is Orange Man Bad invading my city? Well, when your shootings are averaging in the double digits, people getting murdered left and right like it's going out of style, people getting robbed, looted, and places being burned down, gee, I wonder why. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Mayor Johnson, the people of Chicago will rise up against Trump's tyranny. Ooh! Like I said, Orange Man Bad. On Sunday's MSNBC's The Weekend, which of course nobody watches, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, yes, the country's greatest mayor, and of course, head of the greatest city, said that if President Donald Trump sends the National Guard into a city, that people would rise up against tyranny. Co-host Jonathan Kuipert said, I just want your reaction to another thing in the Washington Post story. I'm reading directly here. It says that the use of thousands of active duty troops in Chicago has already been discussed, and what is considered less likely at this time. We saw him do that with active duty Marines in the streets of LA. What would be the reaction in Chicago if the President of the United States does indeed put active duty military on the streets of Chicago? Let's hear it from the great mayor himself, Brandon Johnson.
Rule. Mr. Mayor, in the time that we have left, I just want to get your reaction to another thing in the Washington Post story. And I'm reading directly here. It says,
and if you're wondering who is Mr. Jerry Curl next to the mayor, yeah, he is your DEI hire who just happens to be gay.
the use of thousands of active duty troops in Chicago also has been discussed, but is considered less likely at this time. We saw him do that with active duty Marines on the streets of Los Angeles. What would the reaction be in Chicago if the President of the United States does indeed put active duty military on the streets of Chicago?
Well, I think he will say we will welcome the president with open arms because we voted for him, we respect him, and we love him.
Well, again, the city of Chicago does not need a military occupied state. That's not who we are. And
No, because the city's completely safe.
I commend the work of Mayor Bass, my colleague, and
Mayor Bass, that wonderful mayor of LA who allowed the city to burn down multiple times and, of course, allowed illegals to run amok. Yeah.
all of the folks in Los Angeles who stood up and fought, against this, authoritarianism. Here's the bottom line. They don't have police power. There's nothing they can do. These are federal troops. They do not go through the training that our police officers go through. So they cannot even enact police authority.
But Mayor Johnson, they don't have it now.
The president has, that's a good point, but the president has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to arrest 9 people in D.C.? That clearly he's demonstrated that he doesn't have a level of consciousness to understand what it takes to run cities, not to mention
Basically calling the president stupid and ignorant.
an entire country. And so, look, we're going to remain firm. We'll take legal action. But the people of this city are accustomed to rising up against tyranny. And if that's necessary, I believe that the people of Chicago will stand firm alongside of me as I work every single day to protect the people of this city.
Wow, the balls of this dude.
But Mayor Johnson, really quickly, I was trying to interject there quickly, but they don't have that power now, right? Like what we have seen is that this president and the administration are willing to stretch the
Homie's got that soul glow going. He's got that soul glow going.
bounds of everything. And so currently they don't have, policing power, but that may not be true for the foreseeable future. Anything could happen on the streets of Chicago if the president actually indeed puts, as he put it, regular military there.
Well, that's why we're all in lockstep here in the state of Illinois. As I continue to work with the governor, the Cook County Board President, these are strong partners and elected officials, as well as our faith community, our business leaders. Look, the city of Chicago, one of the most diverse economies in the world, right? Again, a city that has been, founded and established on the values of working people. We're not going to surrender.
No, the city was founded on corruption and crime, but then again, facts.
Our humanity to this tyrant. I can tell you this, the city of Chicago has a long history of standing up against tyranny, resisting those who wish to undermine the interests of working people. We're not going to back down. We're not going to cower. We're not going to bend. We're not going to break. We are Chicago. We are the soul of America, and we will maintain that posture from now until.
My thoughts. The fact of the matter is that Governor Brandon is an idiot. He's an absolute fool, a moron, a cretin, a buffoon, a maroon. To borrow words from Bugs Bunny. The fact of the matter is that when you have one of the most corrupt cities in the country, crime-ridden, has been easily top 5 in shootings and in murders over what, a decade? That's something to be proud of. Your predecessor, who looked like one of the goons from Beetlejuice. You didn't think that the city could be any worse run. But Brandon Johnson says, hold my beer. When you have a city that is so crime-ridden, stores being looted, robbed, being burned down, people being literally thrown out of their houses, cops getting shot and ended. But let's not talk about 2020. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's not talk about 2025 because that's where we're in. This guy is delusional. This guy is absolutely in fantasy land thinking that his city is so safe because his governor, of course, Governor Pritchett of Illinois is a complete buffoon himself and a moron to think that Donald Trump would send troops in there because your police can't do it on their own. Well, when you have policies that negate police powers, when you're literally handcuffing your own cops from doing their jobs in, pulling over illegals, stopping crime where it starts. How many weekends have we seen over and over again where you have youths, young men and young women running around raiding stores, stealing shit left and right, and your police do nothing? Or should I say your prosecution, your attorneys do nothing. Your law enforcement does nothing in the city of Chicago where you have no guns, of course, because of gun control laws, because that makes it so safe. But Brandon Johnson is a fool. He's a total fool, corrupt asshole. And again, like I said in my intro, as the city burns down, he's like Nero playing his fiddle. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.